We're up to our 4 heads, and it doesn't matter what order you do them in. But what I generally do is I start with the biggest head, and I'm going to show you 2 different methods of the same thing. There's no way you're going to see what I'm going to see unless you're looking through my glasses and you're over my shoulder. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at that head, and we want to know what was in him. And this is again a little what was he before and what is he now. So, you know, we talk about 8 high and
4 across.
Four across, and then someone says, no, especially not older than you, Gus. Older blokes, oh shit, no, we got 5 wide. And there's, I saw one that was 6 wide and it was packing more in. Well, this year I reckon the way things are going, it's going to be battling to get wider than 3. Good on it if it's 4 somewhere, but I reckon it's going to be pretty rare. But I'm open to it, and that's what we're in the process of checking here. And see that little bloke down there? Right down the bottom, we all know he never comes to anything, so don't even bother counting him. In fact, I probably wouldn't count him when I'm going to go this is high, so I'm going to go just up one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now remember, he's our stud head, so that 9's good. Now, all I'm going to do is going to turn him around and have a look at the side of him, and I'm going to go, in this instance, I'm not going to spend any more time than, I'm going to give him his 3. So we've got 9 times 3, 27, but obviously there's the other side. So I'm going to write this down, 9 by 3, and you'll see I've got total times 2. We're just going to do the maths in our head, it's 54. So we've got 54, and from now on it's just rinse and repeat. Now we've got this, and it doesn't matter, it just needs to be sharp. And you'll all develop your own method, or you've given up by about this stage. And you gently, so you'll see me doing this. These glasses, because I was unreal, I had the best vision ever till I got to about 45, and it's amazing how it falls off. So these are multifocal ones, and when I went there, because I do this job, I got them to, the bottom of these is actually really strong, and so I've nearly got to look like this through them, so I'm not having a fit, I'm just looking. And so what I do is I start at the bottom with my knife on the outside position, and I'm gently pulling it apart, and now I can look in there, and what I'm seeing is, and you might be doing this or you might have done it already, I didn't invent this game, is some anthers which look like, well, they're shit, but they're pale, and that's a rooted position. A head like this, and just remember that the most mature grain on this head is just there in the middle, but they should look nice and green. Green like John Deere green.
So those pale ones are dying?
They're dead. They're dead.
That just started grain, Phil.
You ask me what would it look like to be okay?
Yep.
I would actually, on this head, I'd want to see it about 1/3 to 1/2 formed with a bit of green colour in there, and I'd say that's got a chance.
Right.
What I'm seeing here, I can't even see the stigma, which is the white fluffy stuff, and it's just gone and rooted. Someone's going to ask me what would it look like if it was really young and really small and was still in good condition. The anthers are the thing you look at because they're the easiest thing to see. They will look green like John Deere, greener than that hat there, like John Deere green, not pale green. The reason why I say that is they go from John Deere green to crone green to caterpillar yellow. Caterpillar yellow's dead. When you have a look at the anthers, when we say, oh look, our crop's flowering, and there'll be some here somewhere, they look white, not yellow and stuffed. Yellow is never good. Anyway, that first one's gone. So there's one next to it in the middle, and he's not looking good either. And I'm going to gently try and prise him apart. And you go dig in there and have a look, and they're no better. He's stuffed. So I can see where we're headed with this. Then I pop over the other side.
Come over fucking
And he's stuffed. So you want me to continue? I think people, you're getting where I'm getting from.
tiller.
Sorry,
That's the primary tiller.
this is the primary tiller, and so I'm just going to fast forward here, and we're keeping on going up the side. We're climbing the ladder, and I'm going to jump up here to the middle.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull it apart. So I've gone above a couple of positions here. So in other words, getting back to that example I gave there before.
You're on Monday.
Now I'm on Monday. I was on, we'll say Wednesday down the bottom. I'm in the middle of the plant. And I'm looking there. And there's nothing there. So I'm going to do the centre grain. There's nothing there. And there's nothing there. So I'm going up the whole side every day. There's nothing there. So this whole head is pretty much stuffed.
Yeah, I can't see just looking at the crop.
So you're just accepting a couple grains at the three positions on the head, you're not doing your whole way up?
Only for the sake of the fact I've got 30 people standing around. But yeah, but I'll show you what I would do in an instance like this in a second after I got more.
Yeah, you can see.
That's a good question about what I'm doing. And again, I'll get back to, I'm not going to do this as the insurer would ask it to be done.
Yeah, right.
If there was a policy. So at this stage, I'm sort of telling myself that this is stuffed. It's amazing the amount of times in this process that you'll find something, you know, those two funny little positions right up the top that sort of sit.
That's another mistake.
No. You got these two little grains right up the top, two little positions right up the top here that sit perpendicular to the rest of the rows. It's amazing the amount of times that there'll be something there.
Not this time.
No. So anyway, then we repeat it around the other side, and for the sake of expediency, I just know this head's stuffed. He's all those positions are gone. So grains lost is 54. We go to the next one. Now,
So is that just purely a timing thing and because it's a stem frost?
no, that's 3 days, and it took out the whole head. And when I said like it's a day for each position, that's just a rough guesstimate. And if a frost is severe enough on the first day, it could do 2 days worth of damage. But the other thing it can do is it can half stuff the stigma, which is the white curly stuff, but it's okay. But then the next one comes along and whacks it, and now it is totally gone. So we're looking at a very different head here now, and he's I'm not going to count. I'm going to go. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 3 is 27 times 3 wide, which is 21. He's 42 grains potential.
21 lost.
And I'm going to have a, oh, so good. Right, get the header out. You can put those new bearings in there. Success. I'm kind of relieved, to be honest, because it's pretty shit when you just get to a car crash like this and it's all bad news. Right, that's exactly what we want to see. Is we want to see anthers have gone to a yellow, but underneath it there's an ovary which is developing into a grain. The stigma's done its job. It's not required anymore because, you know, wheat self-pollinating it's done its job and it's disappeared. And what we've got is we've got a little developing grain there down the bottom, which is good. So we haven't got a loss there in that position, and I'm quite happy about that.
So if grain was already developing when the first frost hit, that should be safe?
No, not at the temperatures you said that happened, that have reported to happen. I would say generally when you hit, and yeah, we all know the weather station is at Skeet's head height, because that's why they put them there, so that old blokes don't have to bend over to read them. But what's happening down here, and I've put data loggers in paddocks, it could be actually 5 degrees cooler down here than it is up there. So I don't know where your modern aftermarket weather stations are, but don't worry, it's a lot colder down here for a lot longer than it is up there.
I know what you're saying there, Marty, like the weather station's at 1.2, but when we put the tiny tag down... Like,
yeah, you're a tiny tag man, you know all about it.
Yeah. The crop like in 2019 or whatever it was -7.
Yeah. Right. I honestly believe that if you and I laid out in the paddock in one of these frosts and we were told it would kill you. Honestly, it would kill you. That's how cold it is there. From you imagine laying in -7 from 11 o'clock at night till 8 o'clock in the morning, I'd be dead. That's how cold it is.
So is it rule like a few of the Jamestown boys saying once it gets under -5 it doesn't sort of matter the duration, or is that, I mean...
No, I'd say that's really severe and it's probably rooted the crop. Yeah. And your only hope then is you're on good dirt with a good profile, and I haven't had a proper look yet, and you've got these recovery tillers come along and you grow a new crop. That's your only hope then, because you didn't freeze the roots off. Yeah. And this plant is bred to survive and reproduce, so it will try. I've never seen a crop not try and recover, as in, you know, like it was hit with 4 litres of glyphosate, die. A frost won't do that. It won't terminate its prospects forever. But will those recovery tillers come to anything? Yeah. Another good sign is that if you have got a big wipeout like this, and you've probably missed your hay market, is that you'll start to find these little tillers popping along underneath, because this plant will be trying to recover already. So we've got one, we haven't lost, so I can't count that as a loss. I'm going to go over here. He's good too, and this one's actually still got the stigma in place. So we haven't lost anything yet. So this little bloke in the middle here, he's really hard to do because he's so small, and when you used to drink as much rum as I used to, you get the shakes a bit.
Josh Barrett knows
I don't drink at all now though, so don't worry. I'm not like some assessors. So, given that those two on either side of him were fine, what you'll quite often find is that later on when you're looking at these weird heads at harvest time, is that the two on the outside are gone, but their physical bulk during the frost protected that bloke in the middle. And so I'm going to count him as not lost, even though I can't see him. So we haven't lost anything yet. Good. Good. No, so now he's not good. So here's our classic Monday through to Thursday type scenario. We're in the middle of the plant and he's stuffed. What I'm expecting to find, Gus, is that these ones here are gone, but up the top he's got it. I'm not saying he will be. Might be okay.